Alright guys, welcome back to another Opera Omnia video where we have the Ope Ope burst that released last night, and we also have translations that have been out since last night as well. Apologies that I did not do my initial reaction last night. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I have been very tired as of late, and I just wanted to go ahead and knock out the global content that released last night, so that's why I decided to hold off until today, where I can look through the video and also look through the translations that has been provided to us by Medic, who is our JP translator. So shout out to him for the translations as always. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just been extremely tired as of late, been having to deal with some personal issues, and also we got the upcoming move as well. And not only that, but with the recent incident that I had this past weekend, that just adds more on top of it. So I apologize if you guys were expecting a reaction video or anything like that, or any of that sorts last night. So but with that being said though, let me know what you guys think about the three upcoming weapons that's going to be dropping to JP DFFOO here in the next tonight for JP, and then the following week, because we do know who is going to be releasing in terms of weapons and whatnot. We do have Paine's BT. We also have Balthier's BT weapon, and then we also got the Twins FR weapon, and again we do have the translations for them as well. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and yeah, let's go ahead and knock it out. So as I mentioned, Paine, she is going to be getting her FR and her BT weapon. Excuse me, that was a little typo or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. But yeah, she's gonna be dropping tonight. Her showcase should be, as I'm recording this video, her showcase should be released later tonight, so expect to see a reaction video on that. But if we take a look at Paine's FR weapon, so Paine's FR weapon, sort of Paine Dark Knight model, with her FR partner going to be Dark Knight Cecil. So whenever used, it removes all debuffs from allies, it removes all buffs from enemies. It is a melee AoE Brave plus an HP attack, and it inflicts the status break debuff to all enemies, which is the debuff that Paine has been inflicting for God knows how long. Now, when it comes to her FR conditions, whenever the turn passes with a character selecting an attack command against an enemy inflicted with the status break debuff, then it'll increase. Whenever a turn passes with a character having a buff or overhead with stacks, it'll increase the HP damage bonus. So that's very easy. There are plenty of characters, including Paine herself, that is able to meet with that condition. And then the last one is going to be whenever the turn passes with a character while the total number of buffs granted to allies and debuffs inflicted to enemies is 10 or more. So this is 100% going to be for Paine. So basically the way from what I'm understanding, at least with this one, when it says while the total number of buffs granted to allies and debuffs inflicted to enemies is 10 or more, what I'm understanding is that is going to be I'm assuming it has to be 10 total party buffs plus. And the same goes for the debuffs onto the enemy. So we pretty much have to make sure that if we are planning on using Paine's FR, that we got to make sure that we keep up with our buffs, that we pair Paine up with characters that is able to grant buffs, or just use call abilities that is able to grant any type of buffs, or a number of buffs really. And then when it comes to the debuffs, obviously like Paine is able to inflict like one debuff, or yeah, just one debuff. There are other characters, there are plenty of call abilities that is able to inflict debuffs, like let's say Ferris, Gabranth, Caius, you know, the list can go on. So yeah, I mean, the conditions are pretty much easy to meet. They're not hard at all in terms of meeting them. I am curious to see what the percentages are going to be, but we're going to have to wait until the showcase tonight. And of course, once we get the full data download, then we shall find out everything via the Cydia Compendium. So let's see here. We keep scrolling through. We do have Dark Knight Cecil as her partner. And now for her BT weapon, which is a very cool looking BT weapon. So her BT weapon is called King's Winged Blade. The BT ability, Go Wings Rush. It's a melee AoE Brave plus an HP attack. The BT effect. So to herself and the ally on her left, whenever attacking an enemy, it inflicts silence to the target. Now, if silence is already inflicted, and this is a debuff, by the way. So if silence is already inflicted, it extends its duration. Now, for anybody on her right, whenever you are attacking an enemy, it grants the party 1 stack of Accelerate for as long as the BT effect is active, which we actually do not know how long the BT effect is going to last. We're going to have to wait until later tonight. The party in general, no matter what position that Paine is in, the party will be getting a Brave damage cap up and an HP damage cap up. The enemy will have a Brave damage received up and an HP damage received up, and this is via a BT effect. So this is an aura, which is pretty cool. Like, to be able to have that, like, as long as her BT effect is active, is actually pretty solid. So I'm with that. The silence debuff, it's an HP attack silence effect, so I'm gonna assume it's gonna be, I guess, like something similar to like a paralysis or a confusion, maybe. I don't know. I know that Agrius, if I'm not mistaken, does have a silence debuff. I'm wondering if it's going to be the same way, or if it's actually going to be where it just doesn't do anything. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. The accelerate, whenever stacks reach a certain threshold. Now, I'm not sure if this accelerate is like another overhead, or if it's going to be a buff, or whatever it is. I'm not too sure. I don't know if it's going to be like a special effect or something. We're going to have to wait and see. But accelerate, whenever the stacks reach a certain threshold, the consecutive turns will be granted, and then the stacks then the stacks go down. So in a way, Paine has a little bit of a Luna Freya effect when it comes to her quick prayer buff. I'm not entirely sure if it's going to be like 100% similar to it, but like, you know, it like the general idea of like what this accelerates, I'm assuming it's going to be a buff or a special effect or overhead, whatever it is. I'm going to assume that it's going to be somewhat similar to Luna Freya's quick prayer buff, but we're gonna have to wait and see with the showcase later tonight. So, but yeah, no, very interesting abilities and whatnot when it comes to Paine's FR and BT. Now, the next one, which is going to be dropping, and this is going to be a part of the 6 Warrior Quest Area 5. Oh, and by the way, Paine is going to be receiving her FR boards, BT, and a rework. I forgot to mention that earlier. So next up, we're going to be talking about the Twins and Balthier for the 6 Warrior Quest Area 5. Now, the Twins are going to be getting an FR weapon. Balthier is going to be getting a BT weapon. And then both are going to receive an FR board and a rework. I really hope that the Twins get a very solid rework. I really do. Like, their skill 1 and skill 2 are doo-doo. So I'm really hoping that they upgrade that to make them like very, very good. We're going to have to wait and see. So the Twins' FR weapon, Bomb Knuckle and Chocobo Claw, which is going to be this right here, with their partner being Yuri. The FR ability is called Eternal Link. It's a magic AoE Brave plus an HP attack. Now, when it comes to the FR conditions, whenever a turn passes with a character dealing HP damage to multiple enemies, it increases the HP damage bonus. Whenever a turn passes with a character selecting an elemental attack command, the HP damage will increase. The HP damage bonus will increase, but it will increase further if it is 2 or more elements. Now, the thing about this second FR condition is that their FR ability actually grants the party with fire, ice, thunder, water, earth enchants. So that second condition is going to be met easily as long as whenever you activate their FR ability. So very interesting, very, very interesting indeed. But again, another pretty simple another pretty simple FR conditions for the, not for the Twins, but like in general for like this FR ability. The only thing is that like this FR ability, seeing as how the Twins excel more whenever you are going up against 2 or more enemies, this FR is definitely going to be more so for whenever you are fighting more than 2 enemies. So like I'm gonna assume, unless they're gonna change something out of the Twins, but I doubt it, then this FR ability and just like the Twins in general, like they're still going to continue to be AoE nukes. Well, I'm hoping that they are going to be AoE nukes once again, but we're going to have to wait and see. Now, when it comes to Balthier's, oh, and the twins FR partner, which I said already, is Yuri. Now, when it comes to Balthier, his BT weapon. So his BT ability, Element of Treachery. It's a ranged AoE Brave plus an HP attack. Now, Balthier's BT effect, I briefly read this earlier this morning, but like his BT effect is interesting. So his BT effect to himself, whenever attacking an enemy, it triggers the Gorgon shot or Gorgon shot. The buffs stolen are granted to the party. Yes. So remember, like Balthier is a character that is able to steal buffs, but granted to himself. But with this BT effect, now whenever he steals buffs, he is able to grant it to the party, and he also extends the duration of stolen buffs. That's pretty nasty. And if you are going up against a boss, like if you know that you're going up against a boss who like either like grants buffs like crazy or is able to or does grant themselves buffs that are very, very good buffs that you would love to take advantage of, like Balthier's BT effect is actually really, really good. The party-wise, from the BT effect, will receive Brave damage up, HP damage up, and an HP damage cap up. Now, the follow-up attack, the Gorgon shot, or Gorgon shot, excuse me. It's a ranged Brave plus an AoE HP attack, and it inflicts the debuff Gorgon shot to all enemies. Now, this debuff makes it so that the Brave and HP damage dealt is 0. So, if I'm understanding this correctly, then why did I say that all weird? If I'm understanding this correctly, basically this is like a Rajan debuff, LD debuff effect in this specific debuff from Balthier. And if that's the case, then that is awesome. That makes this BT weapon, like, even like, in my opinion, a little bit more chase worthy. Even though Balthier, when it comes to like his FR, is very situational because of the fact that it relies on the amount of buffs that it steals from the enemies. Like, you can actually get the HP damage bonus very high with his FR ability, but now with his BT effect, I'm curious to see how that is going to work with his FR conditions, if it's going to be like the same thing, or could we potentially get a much higher HP damage bonus. But no, like, this debuff, like, if it is what I think it is, being very similar or practically the exact same thing as Rajan's LD debuff, then yeah, this is a pretty solid BT in my opinion. So but I believe that is pretty much it for everything when it comes to this Ope Ope burst. We do not know what is a character that is going to be dropping on the 26th, I believe is what the in-game notice said. So we're going to have to wait until the next Ope Ope unless we get a teaser with an in-game notice, but I do believe that pretty much covers everything. So yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I'll catch you guys in the next one.